Paige finally got that first home run this weekend. Just how'd that feel?
It felt good. It just felt good to finally square up a ball and not hit to go straight to someone. So it felt nice that it went over the fence, and then just finally got to meet my team at home, which was the best feeling, honestly.
You said last week when you got that 2 RBI double that like a curse was lifted off you. Did you feel like even more so this weekend when you're finally able to put one over?
Yeah, I just think it's I'm just feeling good at the plate, and I just know I can do it for my teammates, and it helps that all of us can be consistent all around. And I think having everybody through the lineup be able to contribute is really nice, and I think that curse definitely went off of it. So
For you, how do you build that consistency? Because it has been over the last few weeks a more consistent approach at the plate for you. So has anything changed, and what builds on that?
I think it's just trusting my process and just knowing that it's going to land at some point, and hard at bats or hard hits are just the same as a positive at bat. And as long as I can just keep bringing positive at bats to my team, that's going to land, and it's going to be more beneficial in the long run. So I'm just going to keep that consistent mindset and keep swinging hard and being aggressive, and then it'll fall in the time that we need it, especially coming into our last 3 weekends with PAC.
What was the overall feeling just from the team after that sweep? Because that's something that the Ducks haven't been able to do down there in Tempe in a couple of years.
Yeah, I honestly felt pretty good because ASU swept us last year at home. So it was like, let's sweep them at home. And I think it's putting us in a good position to come play against Arizona this weekend. And just the rest of the series after that, I think it's going to keep us hot, and we're going to go into postseason knowing exactly what we need to do as a team to keep going forward as a team.
Do you look at that for motivation where this team did X against us last year, now we want to do Y against them this year?
So again?
Does that sort of like go into your mindset? You look at last year's results and sort of take them in as bulletin board material or motivation for this year against that same team?
Yeah, I think it was part of it, but I think we all say that we want to go farther than we did last year. And so that mindset has pushed us to play as hard as we can and as aggressive as a whole unit to do well against those teams. I think knowing that they beat us last year, I think knowing that we could take the series from them at their home field is something that we all want to do, especially going to Cal next weekend. We'll probably want to do the same thing, is that let's take a series from them and let's sweep them at their home field, because that's just going to put us in a better position all around.
You guys had some pretty key defensive plays to keep momentum from changing and swinging. How does that feel, and particularly with the double plays? I know you talked about how grabbing that momentum on defense and carrying it into the offense.
Yeah, we said we wanted to lead the pack in double plays this year, and so we are right now, which is awesome. And I think it's definitely helping the pitchers out, and as a whole team, it puts us with more momentum. And I think that's huge as a whole offense. We can go into the offense and be able to hit with knowing that we're stopping it on defense. So I think our pitchers are putting us in a great position on defense to make the plays we need to. And then getting that double play, it's a great feeling because you're just off the field like that. And then we get to just use that momentum on the offense side.
Is that something you guys are cognizant of, or trying to do when the pitcher gives up something or something doesn't go your way and erasing that?
Yeah, I think like they'll get, if there's like a lead runner on, we'll be like, we got you. Let's get this double play right now. That's what me and Bunk say all the time, constantly, is like, let's get this lead out now, and let's get us back in there. And I think that it's almost like we're manifesting it into the air, and I feel like it's really helped us as a defense. And then we're just making all the plays we need to right now, and I think it's been really beneficial.
What was your perspective on Kai's play in game one where she made that play in foul ground? Did you see it?
Yeah, when she jumped to the foul, I'm so hyped for her. I love diving plays and seeing like my teammates, especially Kai, who's had an injury and then coming out and just playing amazing and so free right now. Just seeing her to go all out for it, and it's amazing. Like, that's something I would do for anybody, and I think that Kai doing it for us, it just is like it's a great feeling as a teammate, knowing that she'll do anything, go through a wall for us. And so I think it puts us in a really good momentum shift to like making those plays.
You think Kedri was trying to one-up her with her diving play the next day?
Yeah, those sisters are always trying to one-up each other. In our apartment, they're always trying to, whenever we play card games, they're always trying to compete and beat each other. So I could see Ked trying to do that.
You and Taya both left side of the infield, back-to-back in the order. She had a pretty big weekend, both offensively and defensively this week. Can you talk us through a little bit of your guys' relationship and then just how her weekend was sort of able to put together from your perspective?
Yeah, I think it's like me and her are always just talking on the field and in the dugout, just like keeping us level-headed and just making us feel free. I feel like both of us can get in our head a little bit sometimes. So having someone that you can go to, especially like right next to on defense, I feel like we can we always just make each other breathe, and we just always have a fun time, and that's what we just try to constantly remind ourselves. And I think that kind of happened this weekend. It's like, hey, like I got you, and we got her. So like it's just like her knowing that we got her and that things are gonna come along. Just trusting her process and her letting me know that I need to trust my process. She's like a great teammate of mine and one of my best friends. So I think having a best friend next to me like that, it's so easy to play for each other at that point. And I think that's what Taya's starting to do, and I'm starting to do with her. So it helps a lot.
Coming into this season, you guys obviously prepared mentally, physically, and you guys were really confident. Obviously, this season has not been perfect. You've had your ups and downs. What was something that maybe you've learned through the season that you might not have expected to learn that has helped you kind of get through some of that adversity that you faced?
I think it's just knowing like things are gonna get tough, and that when things get tough, it's like how gritty are you gonna be. I constantly remind myself that I need to be the grittiest person on the field, outside of the field, and in school. And I think that's continuing to push me through the hardships I've had. And I think being gritty is gonna keep me going into this postseason and also the next 3 series. So I think when things get hard, it's just like, where is that passion that's going to continue to lead you? And then just trusting my process. And I think a lot of us teammates also like really got big into our faith and was able to really put a lot of pressure on that part of it and like seeing that part of the side of softball. And I think just knowing that you play for bigger things than just the game. So I think that's helped me a lot.
Where does that drive and grittiness come from?
I just love the game. I've been playing since I was little, and I love playing for my teammates. I love that it's a team sport, but it's also a little bit individual. And I think just having that feeling, like every game, like at the end, like when we win, it's the best feeling. And I like play for that feeling, and I play for my teammates to have that feeling also. I think back to like Stanford when there was that catch I made, and that moment, like that like feeling I had is something that I love and I never want to leave or lose. So I think I play for those moments, and I just will always have that passion for that.
You're talking about Stanford last year?
No, this past series when there was a shortstop and I caught the ball to save the game, and I just like love the feeling of my teammates coming and just knowing that it's that we did it. And I think that's the most rewarding feeling, is that we as a team did it, and it's awesome.
Speaking of the gritty, can you talk about Stevie's performance on that 3rd game? I mean, she came through, a couple of hiccups here and there, but she always came through and buckled down when she needed to, and what that was like playing behind her.
Yeah, I love playing behind Stevie, and she's one of the most grittiest persons I've played with also. I've played against her in travel ball growing up, and I was like, man, I just want to play behind her. So seeing her get on the mound, even after she might not have been feeling the greatest like the week prior, it's like I knew that she was going to do her job, and she knew she was going to do her job. And I think she just did a great job at commanding the zone and just letting the defense work. And seeing her get the first 2 strikeouts of the game, I was like, yep, she's ready. I was like, we got her back. So it's a great feeling for Stevie, and I'm happy for her.
For you defensively, would you rather play behind an up ball pitcher or a down ball pitcher?
I love playing behind a down ball pitcher just because I get more plays probably, but also like having the chance to get some good pop flies too. It's a little easier. So I guess it just depends on the day. But I love playing behind all my pitchers. So
For you, as we continue to move forward throughout the season, 3 weeks left to pack, what sort of goals or benchmarks do you have for either yourself or the team as a whole?
Yeah, I just think as a team as a whole, I just think we need to stay consistent 1 through 9, or not even 1 through 9, but 1 through 17 as hitters. Like, we all are contributing, and I think that is something that's been great these past few weekends, is that we don't have to just put all our pressure in one person. Like, we're all doing it 1 through 17. I think that's a great feeling as a team, and I just hope that we continue that and keep making the consistent plays on defense and keep getting lead outs and double plays, and then keep the pitching going well. Personally, I just want to keep staying consistent and level-minded in my mentality, and just keep trusting my process, because I know that this is the part of the season that is going to matter the most when it comes to postseason. So just starting free again and just producing as offensively, and yeah.
What was it like seeing Allie get drafted?
Oh my gosh, I was so happy for her. We were sitting in the SPC, and I was just waiting for her name to be called, and just knowing, I know exactly probably what she was feeling, because everybody has a dream of playing pro. And so I know at that moment she was maybe nervous, but I knew 100% she was going to get drafted. So it's awesome to play beside someone like Bunk. She just has taught me so much. She's like a mentor to me. So knowing that she's going to go play out her dream is like really fulfilling for me, and she deserves all of that. And so I'm super proud of her and happy for her.